Hey everybody, this is another replay commentary from Zangano, and today we're going to be seeing a PvT on Terminus RE between the red Terran Strelok and over here the blue Protoss WhiteRA, which to those who are savvy enough remember as WhiteRA, the duckload sponsor, I suppose. Now, these two players are both European players. I don't know a ton about Strelok. I know that he's been around pretty much since the beta, and I screw him up with some other European Terrans a lot, so I don't know a ton about him. As you can see, we do have a supply depot going down, sort of making a small wall between this command center and the gas, which will make it harder to do harassment and get into the mineral line if he chooses to with like zealots or such. Similar idea going on here with WhiteRA. I would probably imagine seeing a gateway right here and just making it a little bit harder to get Hellions into the mineral line and things like that. So as you can see, Rax is going up, so still standard as hell build. It's very early game so far, so not too much going on. I guess I was wrong with the gateway. The gateway is being put down underneath here. So let's talk a little bit about Terminus RE, actually. Very large map, lots of expansions if you want to expand, but the map is also quite tight in that, as you can see, the rush distance from natural to natural, it's long, but not like Tal'Darim long. And the fact that it's a 4-player map means it can be economically focused. You can make economic games on this map, but if your opponents are so inclined, you can actually see some really scrappy games as well. Now, WhiteRA's going to come in here with this probe, and he's going to see that there's one gas in production, so he's not expecting a fast expansion. He's going to see some teching. But the Rax does not have a add-on on it yet, which is not surprising because he hasn't had his first Marine out. Now it's out, and WhiteRA is not going to be able to see that, so he doesn't see the tech lab, but he does know that some sort of tech is going to happen. Tech lab is typical. We do have a cybernetic score coming out and one gas, which Strelok saw, so he's going to suspect a tech path as well. No, neither of them are going for the fast expansion, although WhiteRA could possibly do it, but then again, I actually, something that's interesting is that there seems to be just a lack of people who know what the word fast expand means. Fast expand, as far as I know, is someone who gets their expansion before their first gas. The more you know. We do have a Marauder coming out for Strelok, not too surprising in a PvT. These things are very common. And now Strelok, who has he pulled? He only has one harvester on his refinery, and now he's making a command center. I really like this idea of putting one miner on your refinery, because to the untrained or to the quick glance, it looks like you're still mining gas, but you're barely mining any gas, and you can get some expansions out. It's awesome. Second gas going down for WhiteRA, so WhiteRA's going to tick up a little bit more. He's not planning on doing the fast expand. In fact, he's planning on, he's got a 3-gate here, so the fact that he's got 2 gas, in my mind, thinks he's going to be doing a sort of a sentry 4-gate, but like a sentry 4-gate or something to the matter, because he could be doing a 3-gate robo expand or a very defensive build, or it could be 4-gate, yeah, a sentry 4-gate. I don't know. He hasn't pulled any of these things off gas. His mineral count is going up, so it looks like he is going to grab his Nexus now, because he is getting up to 400 minerals, so and he has a probe here, so he is going to grab his natural. Strelok, on the other end, has just finished his natural, so WhiteRA is going to be a little bit behind Maynarding those SCVs there. We do have bunkers up, so it's going to be a little harder to crack, but hey, WhiteRA's a tough dude. Stim pack is being researched, and looks like so far there's no factories, so we might see just a heavy emphasis on infantry for this game, which is, you know, what Terran doesn't love to do, lots of infantry. We do have a robo facility going up for WhiteRA, so he is doing a 3-gate robo. and that can open up a lot of options. A Colossus would do really, really well against a whole infantry-heavy Terran, which Strelok is showing himself to be a little bit, since we don't have a factory up, and he has +1 attack for infantry going up before. So yeah, we're gonna see a lot. We're probably gonna see a really big infantry, but I would still be surprised because he's not making a factory, so he can get some medevacs out, which I would think be really useful. So the WhiteRA does have his Rubok totally finished, and he is making an observer, as per usual. And the natural is now going up for WhiteRA, but he is going to get a little bit behind because his expansion was late. Though WhiteRA is ahead on the food count, so that is good. That's interesting to see. He's on one base. That means he's invested a lot in quarter boosting probes because he's got way more, I believe, than... Yeah, he has 35, so he has 2 extra ones, but Strelok has been catching up because he finished his natural faster. As you can see, their food counts are normalizing now. But on one base versus one base, a Protoss is going to make it. Oh, and look at this. WhiteRA grabbing a quick third to catch up in the economic game. So he is planning to take this to the longer game. Though Strelok has put an SCV down to make a supply depot down here, so he might be thinking about taking a third pretty fast as well. Factory with a reactor is almost finished, which is interesting. He's probably, he's just going to swap these 2 buildings so that he can make a faster reactor medevac play. And medevac, M&M, one of the old favorites, beta. That observer did get spotted by the turret and taken out rather fast. So what's happening back at Team WhiteRA? You can see his army composition. Though he has a few stalkers, there's one. I swear he had other ones, but they're kind of just scatting on out. But his army is focused mostly on sentries and zealots, which if you can get, which versus Terran is okay, but I would prefer that he got the speed upgrade or Twilight Council so that he can get the speed upgrade, because once Marauders have the slow ability, then he is going to be in a hard position, because even with the force fields for, trapping it off, he does have the Colossus coming out, so maybe that will make up for the fact that he doesn't have speed for his Zealots. In my mind, very powerful build. The sentries are a nice touch. I would definitely want to get speed for these zealots if I wanted to do sort of a sentry zealot Colossus play. That'd be powerful. Of course, he does have the range upgrade coming out, which is standard, and up to 5 gates now. And Strelok is now taking his third as well. WhiteRA's going to have to scout this, and sometime soon he's got an observer who's probably going to go and see that. He does have an observer sitting right there. So, Strelok going to move out with this Marine Marauder ball, but it is mostly Marines. And with the Colossus out already, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. He's going to be able to take out that Marine Marauder thing, especially if he can get some good force fields off. Then we're going to see a really heavy casualties for Strelok's army. Strelok is coming in here. WhiteRA maybe a little bit unprepared. He doesn't see it. Now he does come in. He thinks it up. He does get the one breach because he does take a few. Very nice force field there. And he just manages to force Strelok to take off. But that army composition by WhiteRA, very powerful. He's going to push out. He's going to probably get some good force fields off. But as you can see, without speed, those zealots die really fast. And he is going to kill the army, but Strelok is going to retreat. And in this situation, he would have been able to kill that Marauder. There's a drop going on in his mineral line. He's getting a ton of kills here. Probes being pulled off the mineral line to protect them. But just with 4 Marauders, he's probably going to get a lot of damage. Then the Colossus will come back. And now the probes are going to come in to soften the blow. And there you go. The drop has been handled, but at what cost? I cannot think that was too effective. He did manage to gain some mining time, but that was 4 Marauders, and he wasn't able to retreat them. So that was not. I don't think that was an optimal trade, unless he killed a lot of probes. Twilight Council is going down, so he is probably going to get Zealot speed, or move into Archons, or both. For the later game, having some Archons for a M&M army, fairly powerful. As you can see, we do have